What's good, y'all? I've got some huge buffs for the Licky line. I really like these guys, pretty underrated Pokemon. Before I get into them, I know the type change might seem weird. I want you to hear me out. But before I get into that, I want to have a disclaimer for any new viewers to check out the Google Sheet linked right down below in the description. You can check out all 600 plus move buffs and changes. I've massively reworked literally every single move in the game for the most part. So yeah, you're doing yourself a huge disservice if you don't check out that move sheet. It's linked right down below, right here. You can bookmark the Google Sheet if it interests you. You can check back as I update it and stuff. I am technically done with all Pokemon changes now. However, I am currently cycling back through, as at the time of uploading, I am cycling through all of the older Pokemon. But I should probably shut up and actually get to the relevant buffs and changes here. So yeah, poison typing might seem a bit weird. If you read the Pokedex, I'll read a couple choice entries actually, but it's not just because it fits, because if it was just purely based off of what it fits, I mean, I wouldn't give it the poison typing. It's also for like a mechanical thing, right? Because there are a lot of pure normal types that I have to balance around one another in terms of overlapping. So giving the Lickitung and Licky line makes them stand out a lot more from all the bulky, fat, pure normal types. Not to mention, it gives them much needed resistances. Normal poison is actually really good typing. Obviously, you lose the fighting resist, which is one of the really nice things that poison resists. But you still resist bug. You still resist grass. You still resist poison. You're immune to ghost. You're only neutral to fighting, so you lose the fighting weakness. It's nice. It's a very good type combo. There are actually other normal poison types in this hack. One of the many Furfrou forms is normal poison, and then the Reno and Nidorino are also normal poison, so they're not the only ones, but they are like the main ones, I guess, because Furfrou has a bunch of forms, and then the Nidos are pre-evolutions. So these are like the main normal poison types. And they also have the ability Liquid Veil, which gives them a fire. It functions like water bubble. Okay, so that gives them a water. What am I trying to say? It gives them a fire resistance, so they get another resistance on top of the other ones that come with the poison typing, and they get a double damage multiplier on their water type moves, making them incredibly powerful with those water type moves and their respectable, 100 offense is pretty good. Lickilicky is also incredibly bulky, and he can take advantage of the buffed Black Sludge. Black Sludge healing by 12% HP per turn. That's another really nice reason I like the poison typing on them, because it just makes them way better because of that Black Sludge. And if you do read the Pokedex, it's not like it doesn't fit. Like, I didn't pull this out of my ass. It is a little bit weird, but like here, I'll read a couple entries. It contains a solvent that causes numbness. Its saliva can decompose anything. A lot of Kumos that can dissolve anything. The numbness does not dissipate. These are like all talking about it dissolving stuff and just being dexterous with its tongue. So yeah, it's pretty much the same thing over and over again. It's beware of its saliva as it contains corrosive elements. So that sounds very much poison type to me, at least. Lickitung is a little bit less. His more talks about like paralysis, I believe. Yeah, his lick causes paralysis. And it also says that it's like unclean. Like, hold on, there's a couple that talk about like how nobody knows how clean it is or how clean its tongue truly is or something. Yeah, here, if you don't clean off a spot where it's licked you, you'll break out in a rash. Whatever it licks always stinks afterwards, so whether it's really clean is questionable. So it's a gross fucking giant tongue Pokemon. It's very corrosive. It causes sickness and paralysis and numbness and dissolves stuff. I mean, that sounds poison enough, at least for a ROM hack for me. Also, the color scheme kind of fits the vibe too, and their design also fits the vibe. They also are technically lizards, so you could, that's a little bit of poison vibes there too. It's not the most fitting type combo in the world, but I think it's really cool, very unique, and makes them way better. So with that being said, that's why I chose that type combination for them. I think it fits good enough for a ROM hack. Liquid, there's probably weirder type changes. I'm like talking over myself, but yeah, Liquid Veil, very strong ability. You use that whenever you need it, right? So if you need that fire resist, you need the burn immune, and most importantly, you need that water damage, then you switch to Liquid Veil. Otherwise, we're using Unaware and Simple. Simple is a great ability in this hack because of all the new setup moves. Specifically, I mean, Simple is really good, but also not too great because of the fact that there are also 100% crit rate moves running around, and Licky's not that fast, so you're only going to be using Simple for like bulkier setup stuff. So crit moves will bypass right through your Simple setups, like for example Bulk Up or Stockpile, giving you, or Amnesia, Amnesia plus Force per dev. Stockpile, giving you +2 defenses. Stockpile and Swallow are also buffed in the regard that Swallow is a priority move now. So Swallow is priority, and it heals you by 100% HP. So you click Stockpile once with Simple, get +2 defense, +2 per dev. You have that infinite, not the infinite, you have that buffed Black Sludge. It's so sick. I mean, dude, Simple Stockpile plus Black Sludge, or Simple Bulk Up plus Amnesia plus Black Sludge is like my man is living forever. You also have Slack Off, which is like honestly overkill at that point. You don't even need it, but it's still great. At least earlier in the game. I would say later on you might want to delete it once you like evolve. However, Licky is not the only viable choice here. Lickitung is also viable because he has Unaware over a Simple. So, for example, for a totem fight, especially Unaware is very useful with Clear Smog. And also, Lickitung is bulkier than Licky with the Violite. However, that means he has to hold the Violite, so he can't hold that Black Sludge, he can't hold an Assault Vest, he can't hold, you know, any other, you know, a boosting item, a Choice Specs, Choice Band, whatever it is. Can't hold the super effective berry, so it does limit his play a lot. But yes, Lickitung is technically bulkier than Licky with the Violite, so that's a nice, if you want the sheer raw bulk, like just immediate bulk, you can go ahead and use Lickitung. But I would say that Licky with that buff Black Sludge and the 120 base HP is also very much worth using, and of course Simple is a lot more fun. You could keep Lickitung for like Totem Togu tomorrow though, maybe, if you really needed an answer to it and you had nothing else, and you can ignore the totem boosts and, you know, like do something against it. I don't know what you would do actually at that point in the game other than just like take a litter. Soak it or something. Actually, Devious Liquid. Actually, no, it's immune to that. Never mind, because it is a steel type. Devious Lick curses the opponent. It's signature to Gengar and Lickilicky. I actually wouldn't have given it to Lickilicky, but their whole thing is about licking, and they're also poison type now. So I was like, you know what, fuck it, they can have it, even though it makes no sense. Like, it makes sense if you consider like the tongue, like it leaves behind like a. It's not literally a curse, like a ghostly curse. It's more just like a. Okay, this Pokemon is getting damage every turn because your lick was so disgusting and dirty, but you know, it does say curse and it has like a little curse effect with the nail driving in, so it is kind of weird, but who cares? It's a joke. Giant fucking tongue Pokemon, it's not that serious. But yeah, as for Simple, Stockpile, Bulk Up, that's all great, as well as Belch. Belch is pretty cool with Simple. Belch will give you +1 special attack, so with Simple it's +2, and you can actually use that to consume a berry instantly. If you switch it on like a super effective attack with a super effective berry, now you can use Belch. You can also use Steamroller. Steamroller gives you +1 speed normally, 100 base power, 30% chance to flinch, very good move, right? I see them using Steamroller because, you know, they're all about like rolling around. I'm pretty sure they normally evolved with the move Rollout, so that's pretty cool. And Steamroller with Simple will give you +2 speed. Another benefit of Lickitung is that it is a little bit faster than Lickilicky because I just see him. I mean, he's like, his legs are way less stubby, so I see him moving a little bit quicker. I guess I swapped the 2 speed stats inadvertently. So like Simple Dragon Dance and Steamroller is a bit of a meme on Licky, but of course Lickitung can't use Simple Dragon Dance or Steamroller, so that's the best you got if you want to boost your speed. That's their only option really, which is not terrible. I did consider giving them Sticky Web, but I opted not to, even though I kind of still want to. But it's like, whatever, I won't do it. They don't need it anyways, they have incredible utility already, just at the nature of the fact that they're just a super tanky, normal poison type with also great offensive capability. Like, I can't understate how strong Liquid Veil is. Like, you are doing so much damage because it's a double multiplier. It's basically as if you have huge power, with like ghost type, with the water type moves. It's really strong. Obviously if it's stab, it's even stronger, but with 100 base offenses, it's really powerful. So that's also super fun. Muddy Water, for example, it's 110 base power, 90% accuracy, and it drops, sorry, it's 100 base power now, I believe, right? I might have changed it. Hold on. I know Mud Bomb is 110. I've changed these a lot. Okay, Muddy Water is still 110. Okay, yeah, Muddy Water has less distribution, that's why. It's Bubble Burst that's 100 base power, that's what I was thinking of. Muddy Water, 110 base power. Mud Bomb, 110 base power. Those are both great coverage options. Of course, you have an incredible, massive array of coverage options via TM and Tutor, as you can see here on screen. I'm not even going to bother getting into them all, but there's tons of them. So that's all super fun. You know, Yawn is simple stuff. You know, Slack Off. It's just got so many. It's so bulky. Great utility options, great coverage, great offensive capability. Simple, super fun. I also think Simple and Unaware fit them very well because they're like this kind of dopey tongue Pokemon. And then Liquid Veil is fitting because of the whole, they're covered in slobber, right? Its tongue is always soggy with slobber. So I just think it's cool to have Liquid Veil because of their tongue and because they already learned normal. I'm pretty sure they already learned water type moves naturally, so it's pretty cool. Thank you so much for listening. I really like these buffs and changes. I think I would love to use Lickilicky or Lickitung now. Just a great tanky, strong Pokemon. So yeah, I appreciate you listening this far into the video. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think. There's a couple other things that I don't have time to cover, but like, you know, there's priority moves like you have Sludge Shot and First Impression and Sucker Punch and, you know, Toxic, and yeah, it's just got so much good stuff you can take advantage of. So yeah, check out what all the moves do in the description down below. Subscribe to the channel. I appreciate you listening this far into the video, and I'll be back for more buffs and changes coming up. Peace, y'all.